Okay, there we go. It took me a little bit to get the Windows set up correctly, but I finally got it. So this is a game, another Commander game, with another one of my decks. This is the Nekusar deck. Just kind of jumped into it. Had a little trouble getting the window to display correctly in the recorder, but I got that figured out. Yeah. So welcome everyone. We are in a 4-player Commander game. Our opponents are Janara, this Ashura of War, which I believe Ashura is demon in Japanese or something like that. So very, very word name. I can't remember. Anyway, put a 1/1 counter on it, flying. I don't think I've ever actually played against this commander before. So not sure what to expect, but we got a land tax coming down from them, so they're probably gonna be just playing value Bant spells, maybe. Okay, it's our turn. I do want to play the Talisman. I like getting a lot of mana as fast as possible. So I'm going to play that out and tap it and pass. Moving on to our next opponent, we have Heliod, mono white. Could be clerics, could just be snow stuff. Probably not snow stuff. Probably just mono white devotion of some sort. Comes down, gives creatures vigilance, puts some 2/1 tokens into play. It's pretty good. I don't actually think we have anything but bounce in our deck to deal with this, so, you know, that's nice. We have a Chromat with 2 forests coming down so far. Fun. He's just got a lot of abilities, gets to do a lot of different things. Since we've just seen 2 basic forests, this might actually just be like a 5-color whatever deck, and they just picked Chromat because they liked Chromat. Lots of times 5-color decks will just have random like Sliver Queen or Child of Alar or whatever for their commander because it doesn't really figure into what they're doing. Artifacts and enchantments cost 2 more. That kind of sucks. Well, we don't have any in hand right now. We managed to get the talisman down ahead of time. So, you know, whatever. We currently don't have a way of dealing with the Ascendant. But hopefully some way will come along soon. For our play, we want to get as many mind effects into play as possible before we play our commander. So I'm going to lead off with the Lore Broker. And then I'm going to play a Howling Mind that I can't actually play because of the Aura of Silence. And I have at this point tapped incorrectly, so I cannot Wheel of Fate suspend in Lore Broker. Okay, so this is why you pay attention to your game. So I'm just going to tap out at this point and pass. That was unfortunate. So that was a really bad misplay. I should have either just played Howling Mine or Lore Broker and the Vivid Marsh, so I'd have 5 mana for Nekusar next turn. Or, you know, sorry about that. Some other combination, pretty much anything but what I did. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt us, but it might. So, this guy has a 6/6 lifelink flyer that he's going to start beating people with. Here comes his commander, a 3/3 flyer. And he's also been land taxing every turn because he's last. So this guy's pretty firmly in the ahead position. Ascendant coming at guy with the Aura of Silence in play. Kind of surprised he didn't destroy the land tax with this, but I guess not really. I mean, he has 7 cards in hand. It's not like he can use this to refill a whole bunch. Art's sick. Terrain generator. Pretty good. Pretty good ramp. I guess at this point I should talk about the goal of my deck. The goal of Nekusar, or at least my version of Nekusar, is to play as many wheel effects as possible. All of them. I have as many as I can get. I have Spell Twine so I can cast them again. I have a lot of just everyone draws X cards, everyone draws an extra card on their upkeep and deal damage. Some decks with Nekusar will run like Notion Thief or like Megrum and Waste Not now. And I don't have any of that stuff in here. I don't want to make people discard. It's just that a lot of the good draw 7 things involve discarding too. I just want people to draw cards because you know, you have those games sometimes where you never draw land, or you only draw land and you just don't have any fun. You know, I'm completely against that. You know, everyone should just draw all the cards and be able to play all their spells. So I let people draw cards and play spells. I wouldn't say it's a group hug deck because they have to pay the price to draw cards, but you know, everyone is a blue mage at heart and loves drawing cards. So I don't see how I could ever really be the enemy. Although people normally hate once I get like a Otherworld Dreams or something down and they're drawing several cards a turn or whatever. I tend to get targeted at that point. So I try to put off doing such things until late. Okay, so we could pay 4 for Howling Mine. We could loot discarding Wheel of Fate so we can get it with Spell Twine later. It is without paying the mana cost. Yes. Although I don't believe there's anything. We could just... I'm not really a fan of just suspending this. It's got to suspend 4, but still. So I am going to get everyone to draw a card and discard first. Although I already did play a land. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. If I could discard a wheel. We got a plains coming down from the guy with all the lands from land tax. Very pretty full art Zendikar lands. Heliod is going to discard. He's going to have a lot of trouble finding something to discard. He discards Crusade. It's pretty good. Especially since everything in his deck's going to be white. And then the mono green Chromat player is going to discard some other card. So I've already played the land with the Vivid Marsh, so I wouldn't have really wanted to run out Nekusar. Most likely a Wrath's going to come down soon. The probably elf player. Pull from Eternity. I'm really glad I didn't suspend Wheel of Fate now. That is a... unusual card for Commander, but whatever. So we're gonna drop the Howling Mine, paying the 2 extra for the Aura of Silence, and we're just gonna pass. We weren't blocking with Lore Broker. It's a damage to everyone with Nekusar. In general, it's just a good card. Next turn, we'll probably, if someone gets a good spell, we might Spell Twine. Usually, I like doing it with a wheel effect. Not a huge fan of discarding Cyclonic Rift, but it's pretty early in the game. We'll probably draw something to shuffle our graveyard back in later. We're not playing against anyone playing black, since this appears to be a mono green deck. So I think our graveyard's pretty safe. We might get a Rest in Peace coming down. Especially if this is some kind of mono white aura deck, then they'd probably have it, but I'm not too concerned about it. And this does appear to be mono green, because he did Kodama's Reach and just get forced. All different art forced. All M15 forced, at least. It's pretty good. So we got 3 coming at us and 6 coming at the Chromat player. If anything, I'd probably be sending the commander at the mono white player, since he's the most likely to be gaining life throughout the course of the game, but you know, I'm fine just taking 3 here. It's nice to have a little bit of a life lead with Nekusar. People will either rush you once you start getting an engine going, or not necessarily worse, but you could get something like Spiteful Visions down, and if you're lower than the other guy, you can't really win from that position. So it's Heliod's turn. He played his own land tax and a Greater Oromancy, so all of his stuff has Shroud, and he now has enough for his commander to be active. And he is going to swing back at the Ascendant Janara deck, which is probably a good decision. He can't actually block anything because all his stuff has flying. Sort of surprised he didn't just attack with Sarah's Ascendant for 7 with the Exalted trigger, but you know, whatever. So Aura of Silence is staying on the battleground, not hitting the opposing land tax or anything like that. He's probably saving it for either a Banishing Light effect on his commander, or one of my bigger things that's not just ramp or a Howling Mine. Mono green 5-color elves. It's taking its time, trying to figure out what it wants to do. Via's mono green, I don't really see why he would take his time to play a land, so he may not have one. And we have Stone Cedar Hierophant. It's pretty good. And we got a Rupture Spire coming down, so he is not mono green. So that opens up a bit what could be in his deck. I know there's some like white-green and some green-black elves, but he may not be playing tribal elves either, because this is a human. He could be playing druids. If so, I'm unsure point of the deck is. So we got Howling Mine giving us extra card. We got Dragon Skull Summit. Currently comes into play tapped. I could play Mountain and Spell Twine. Not 100% opposed to that. We could Summit and Mystic and then just fill with Mind's Aglow. I'd rather save this until after I played Nekusar, though. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could play Mystic and Nekusar and then get everyone to draw and ping everyone. That would set me up the best if we don't get Wrathed. But Heliod hasn't actually played anything and is playing mono white, so there's a good chance there's a Wrath coming, and I don't really want to get my commander Wrathed away. I don't need to get damage on anyone, and nothing in my hand is that important right now, so I am going to Spell Twine because Spell Twine is fun. And a Kodama's Reach, because I like land. So we're gonna Spell Twine here. Exile instant or sorcery in our graveyard and an opponent's graveyard, and copy them, and then cast those copies without paying their mana cost. Going to get Wheel to resolve first, so we get the extra land into our hand from Kodama's Reach and doesn't get right, we want Wheel to resolve first, so we're going to put Reach and then Wheel. So everyone's going to discard their hand, draw 7 cards. And I'm going to see what I get. And then after that, we'll decide which lands to get, and probably just Lore Broker. The only thing on the board I would try to block would be the 1/3 Exalted, or the 1/1, or the 1/2, and none of those are probably attacking. So we're going to discard, we're going to draw 7. We get a lot of land. Holy crap, we got a lot of land. And a Whispering Madness. So that's nice. Wow, that's a lot of land. Well, we're set for a little bit. Next turn I'll probably try to play Marsh Flats or Terramorphic. Get some thinning going on. Wait for this to resolve. So we don't have a mountain right now. Or we have a mountain, we don't have a swamp right now. So one of the lands we want to get is a swamp. And then our deck is extremely island hungry. So we're going to grab an island too, and we're going to put the swamp into play tapped. And then we're going to draw a card. Another land. So we're going to discard a mountain. Let's see what everyone else had. This guy had everything comes to play tapped. Enter the battlefield tapped. Regen, Rogue's Passage, Exalted. Here's another Exalted trigger. Lands, Aqueous Form, pretty good. Discarded in a Cathedral of War. This guy discarded a Plains and an Avacyn. Avacyn's pretty good. Does seem to have some kind of enchantment theme. White Sun Zenith. Good thing we got that out of his hand. This is Well, we don't actually deal any combat damage except for with things like Whispering Madness, so we don't actually care about this. Solemn's just solid. Chromat. Playing Boots. Command Tower. Shield. Forest. Crewfix. Frontier Guide. I have no idea what this guy's doing. He's doing something. So we have to discard. We have one of each basic type. We don't need Terramorphic Expanse. We have Marsh Flats and Verdant for if we want to actually get a dual land. We have a Sulphur Falls, which is good. I probably won't play Vivid Crag. It'll probably get discarded next turn to Lore Broker. And we are now behind on time, but we are tapped out and passing. So we should be good. The next couple of turns, our biggest decision might be, do we play our commander, and what do we discard when we've drawn too many cards or whatever. So I'll close these graveyards for now. I cast Spell Twine and got exiled, so I don't have to worry about any of this for now. I think that was the only card in my deck. Indestructible until end of turn. Dauntless Escort coming down. And a Caryatid. Uh-oh. Here we go. Lifelink coming at us. Commander going at the white player. Opponents are waiting on us. We're not gonna block. Okay. Here we go. So this is the deck. Opponents take their turns. It's a very long curve. A lot of artifacts. Mainly because of Molten Psyche. Get the Metalcraft going on this. It's kind of important. Anything that pings when they're taking damage or makes everyone discard and draw, or you know, whatever. Everything that I could find that did that kind of stuff is in here. Then we have some bounce, forced fruition, and just very, very like bare bones. Very little removal, very little creatures. We're not looking to actually deal damage to our opponents, except for through them drawing cards. We got a trigger from land tax. Not sure which art I like better. I think this art's very like classic WoW, or not WoW, sorry, Magic, very like old school. This one's just like a giant treasure chest over the land. It's pretty neat. He's thinking about the Howling Mind trigger. He drew his card up to 10, getting up there. And Mesa Enchantress comes out. So this is a like enchantment Enchantress deck. No, it doesn't get Shroud. Or Mancy doesn't give. Yeah. These effects are really good with Heliod because he gets to put enchantment creatures into play with his ability. He is a little short on getting that going though. We might expect to like Porphyry Nodes or Lots of like banishing light type effects. Honor of the Pure type effects as well. Oh yeah, he had a Crusade Honor. Probably has Glorious Anthem. Putting lots of tokens into play. Cycling his Secluded Step. So he's gonna swing. Not sure at who yet. He might just swing at me because I don't have anything to block with. He is swinging at the guy with the most life. Wild Beatus. This would put him up to 11 commander damage from this guy, I believe. Where is that chat log? Let's see. Has been dealt 11 damage by his commander. Let's just check us. 3 damage, and he dealt 3 to us earlier. Okay, so we have 3 from this guy's. This guy has 3 from him, and then he has 11 from the Heliod. I don't know. Okay. So is this druids? No, this is an elf scout. Man, I really don't know what this guy's deck is doing. Wait, was this the guy with Aqueous form? No, they both had Aqueous form. Okay. He's got a Crufix in the yard. This is pretty good. Red, red, red. Still 3 red. 2 red. 1 red. Red, green, green. No. He's having a little bit of trouble playing something. Not 100% sure what's going on there. I seem to be getting opponents that do this a lot lately. Not necessarily in Commander games that I've been recording or anything, but I've had just standard games in the tournament practice room where the opponent will just like, I guess, just get up and leave, because they're not disconnecting. They just take like 5 minutes for each action they take. Fervor. Creatures you control have haste. Alright, so he can attack with his 2/1 now. There's some kind of combo with this guy's deck that I'm missing. Is like maybe he's running, I don't know. He's doing something. Something is going on with this guy's deck beyond what we're seeing here. But I don't know what it is. So he's going to untap the Rupture Spiral. I do not believe he's played a land this turn, so he still has his land drop to untap his Hierophant. Or he doesn't. So he got Wheel of Fated and did not draw land. That really hurts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's start off by lore brokering again. Getting rid of Vivid Cave, Crag. This thing. Drawing a Vision Skeins. Okay, that's good. That's kind of what I was hoping for. We got some cards going down. We got a land over here. A layer. Man, I haven't seen layers in a while. I think we got strict upgrades to these in shards and more recently in cons for the wedges. Okay, so everyone discarded. We got a spellbook going down here. He couldn't play it because of the Aura of Silence. Okay. And the fact that he doesn't have a land. So we can we can't cast Memory Jar. It costs 7. That's right, because of this. I'm gonna keep forgetting that. Hopefully I will remember it before I mess up. So we can Vision Skeins and then Incendiary Command, but that actually doesn't do anything because we have no source of damages. So I think it is about time for us to just cast our commander. So let's do that. So let's do this and cast a Nekusar. We don't have a play for 3. If we were going to cast him, we probably should have lore brokered after. But hopefully in the long run it doesn't matter. We don't need to play a land. To get this, we're going to Vision Skeins, and everyone's going to draw 2 and take 2. Unless we get a path coming down or something from the mono green player. We're going to try to F7. F7 worked successfully. Stacked up a bunch of triggers. And we got a Time Spiral. And Time Spiral is just so much better than like just Incendiary Command. So we're going to... I would like to get a Blood Crypt out of my deck, I think. So I'm going... So it doesn't really matter which one it is I play. I'm going to crack it. Gonna get a Blood Crypt. We're gonna not pay life. And we're gonna pass. So we're not discarding Time Spiral because it's ridiculous. This is strictly worse than Marsh Flats, so we can get rid of it. We're most likely going to end up discarding our hand next turn. We are going to end up. We're going to shuffle everything away. So it doesn't really matter what we discard here. This is just uncastable right now, so I'm going to toss it. Or it's not uncastable. I actually had enough mana to cast it, but that would have been my entire turn. And I'm trying to build up to the point where I will be able to cast multiple things a turn. So now we get the fun job of stacking triggers every turn. Trigger stacking. on the draw step. Get as many triggers on the draw step as possible. So this guy's almost back down to 40. Everyone else may be doing a little worse off because they're down to like 30 or so. Like I've been saying, the mono white player may just play Wrath of God next turn and kill Nekusar. If so, that would be unfortunate. I really want to time spiral into something. Just because that's just one of the best feelings in Magic for me, is just time spiraling into... This guy also has a Mesa Enchantress, so that's nice. We've only seen... Well, we've seen this guy come down, so this guy may have a, like, artifact or enchantment sub-theme. He's running Exalted, which means he gets to play all the, like, enchantments that have it. Man, I'm real glad we got rid of this. I don't want my lands to come into play tapped. Same with this. We got Keen Sense coming down. You may draw a card when this deals damage to an opponent. Future Sighted, or sorry, Plane Shifted Curiosity. So we have the damages coming in to someone. My last turn actually went a little faster than I expected it to. We got 6 damage coming in at us again, and 3 damage coming at us. Apparently playing our general was enough to draw aggro. That's nice. So let's just, okay. We're going to go down to 21. He's going to go up to 47. He's going to draw a card with his Keen Sense. And I'm going to deal the damage to him. Bringing him down to 46. Now he's got to discard some cards. We're going to see. We got a Weathered Wayfarer going down. Got a Rocks Charger. More Exalted. And a Proteus Staff. It seems like a fun card. Gets rid of problem critters. Would have gotten rid of Heliod. Not sure if I agree with getting rid of the Howling Mine. Wise decision. Getting to land tax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6. So they're both of these land tax players are still a land behind. I will continue to play lands forever. I have no intention of ever stopping playing lands. It's possible that top right, Chromat player stopped to try to stop land tax, but it would have been a good idea to tell me to stop playing lands. And I would have just told him that I wasn't going to, though. I want to play multiple things a turn. This deck is an engine where you draw into more draw spells and you slowly grind everyone away. So I need as much mana source as I can get. We have a spell being cast by Heliod? No. He has enough. He is one short of having enough to double Heliod. We have 7 mana being tapped for an Elish Norn, killing our lore broker, the Enchantress, bringing some of the stuff down to 0-1s or -2-1s, killing all this guy's stuff. And making his commander an 8/9. Coming at us. And at us. Yep. This is normally what happens. I'll probably have one turn to try to kill everyone. Or at least deal as many damages as I can. I would like to live to the end of this game. At least so that we can see who wins. Got a plains. Scrying sheets. Good way to get some excess lands. It doesn't really matter how we stack them. The order of stacking matters when you have puzzle box down. And sometimes if you're trying to go off when you have like a I did have Leyline of Anticipation and Veldaken Orrery in here to get some of my cards to go out at instant speed so I could untap on my upkeep and just throw out get as many triggers on the stack as possible at instant speed before all the triggers fired, or in case someone was trying to do something. Sometimes I would need to stack triggers on opponents before the triggers on me from someone else's Nekusar would go off or something like that. Restock getting cast. Grabbing spellbook. Wait, did it get cast? Did it get exiled? Yes, it does. Okay. I forgot that it got exiled. We got a Winds of Change, which is nice. I'm going to draw an additional card. I'm going to yield to that. Okay, so we got a Talisman. I would like to go ahead and just play that. In case my Time Spiral lands me a place triggers on the stack. Untap 6 lands. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna untap these. Untap the Vivid Marsh. And we have plenty of black, so I'll untap the red. Okay, so triggers are stacked. I would like to yield. Okay. Everyone took damage. Yay! We got Spiteful Visions and a wheel. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which is enough to cast both. And not quite kill anyone, sadly. Oh well. Gonna go out with a bang. Play as, do as much damage as possible. And see where that gets us. I actually tapped in correctly here, but I can just use this for the Wheel of Fortune. I do have a blue mana floating, so that doesn't actually change anything though. So I'm going to cast Wheel. I'll leave up a blue-black. Might be able to do something there. We got an Enlightened Tutor going out. He revealed Ancestral Mask. What does that do? For each other enchantment on the battlegrounds? I suppose that's okay. So everyone's going to discard. Let's put the Spiteful Visions trick damages on first. F7 to stack like triggers. Is it not going to let me? Just do the Nekusar trigger. F7. No, F7 has failed me. Okay, so let's just click through these then. Start over here, I guess. It doesn't particularly matter, the order. It's not enough to kill me. I'm going to go to 3. I've already played a land. About the only thing that I could have drawn that would have dealt more damage out would have been Winds of Change. And even then, I only could have killed the middle and right player. I would have died from the triggers from that. And it was red, and I don't have red, so, you know. Why isn't F7 working? Is it... Okay. Usually, you hit F7 and all the triggers will stack automatically. I think maybe you can only have one type of trigger. So maybe after I finish the Nekusar triggers, the spites will all go on. Click. Yeah, that's what happened. So we get to yield to this. We get to take 7. Go to 3. Everyone else takes 14. We got 6, 9, and 35. I don't have enough mana to cast anything. I don't have... My commander deals 0 damages. So I will pass. This guy is going to draw a card and take... is going to draw 2 cards and take 4 damage. Bringing him to a healthy 21. Oh no, he's going to draw 3 cards. And take 6 damage. Everyone goes low. Place the abilities on stack. And abilities on stack. There we go. All the triggers. Yeah. Watch out would have been nice because I could have named White and bounced everything but Sylvan Caryatid. Oh! I killed the Sarah Ascendant because Elishnorn's in play and he dropped below 30. Nice. Well, that is good. We got 21-21. Just loaded down with Umbras and enchantments and exalted triggers. This creature attacks, untap all lands you control? What's that from? Oh, that's from the Baron, bro? Nice. Pretty cool. So I am dead. He will take no damage from his Curiosity Keen Sense trigger, and he will be able to play out a whole bunch of nonsense. If the white player can get his Heliod +2, +2/+2, and get him through somehow, like a Rogue's Passage or something, then he will deal enough commander damage to take out this guy, even though he's at 19. Discard Captain. Even Mind Sensor would have actually been pretty good against us. This would have been pretty good against us. It's kind of hateful and specific. I like it. Oh yeah, we shuffled graveyards before, so stuff in graveyard is all that's in there now. Ooh, Eldrazi. So, in the grand scheme of things, this guy's an enchantment deck. This guy is a exalted battleship commander, Voltron. He Voltrons his guy. And this guy, I don't know what this guy's doing. He only has forests. No, he doesn't only have forests. He has all sorts of things. But his only basic lands that I've seen have been forests. And his deck seems mainly green. It's possible that it's some kind of green combo-y deck. I don't really know what he would be able to do against an Elish Norn. It kind of just completely decimates all the play elves and get mana type plans. Which I'm surprised I never really see Elish Norn as a commander, because +2 to your team, -2 to their team seems just a solid play all the time. Got a Heliod coming down at this guy, who will probably just chump with something that doesn't... No, something that does give Exalted. This guy's big enough where it doesn't really matter. But he doesn't have any kind of hexproof or shroud. I'm kind of surprised this guy hasn't just like pathed. Arath isn't gonna do anything because he has some totem armors that stop it from being destroyed. But and you got a Rafik. I guess he's not running Rafik as his commander because people would have probably been more scared of him and attacked him. Well, I guess he got attacked. Up until I played Nekusar, this guy was getting attacked by the most people, being this guy. These two were the only two that had any board of anything. This guy gets a Multani in play. That's at 16-16. Well, it's a 14-14. Oh, Elish Norn. I gotcha. Yeah, I was like, but there's 16 cards in hand. We got 6, 5, 5. No. There's an Elish Norn, so he gets -2/-2. So he gets to chump with one of these two guys. Or he could take it. He could. Probably be a poor decision. Took it. He apparently believes he can kill both of these players next turn. Which he could if Heliod doesn't have Path or swords, or some way to flash in a O-ring or whatever. So we have land tax getting triggered. Cromat has 8 lands, so he does get to get 1 or 2 basic lands into his hand. He decided to get 3. And then draw a card for the turn. Probably a good idea to just get them out of his deck. Plays a Reliquary Tower. Which, unless you're playing something that cares about your hand size, is actually a terrible card against my deck, but, you know, to each their own. We got a Wheel of Sun and Moon coming down. Put on the bottom of the library instead of going into a graveyard. Allows you to, like, Jace Architect of Thought Ultimate and then get Jace, I believe, is one way of using this. So we got some triggers. We got Exalted trigger. We got Untap All Lands trigger. And he is going at... Who's he going at? Attacking this guy. Oh, that's right. So he has Knight Captain of Eos. So he gets to prevent all combat damage. It is for another couple of turns. And this is, he has to sacrifice a soldier, so he has another turn of that. It does not count itself, it is a knight. So Heliod gets another 2 draw steps. He doesn't have any kind of haven't seen any trample out of him. It's unlikely in white. He could have some sort of evasion or something like True Convictions. Oh, he redrew his Aura of Silence. Oh, that's a sweet card. Sweet art, too. Not sure what he's going to destroy with that. Or if he's just going to try to leave it to slow down the Voltron player. And I forgot to do a good luck, have fun at the beginning of the game, and it seems like this isn't the friendliest match. There were no other good luck, have funs or anything like that, and no GGs. This is obviously serious business here. Got a pro green card coming down, which will do an excellent job of getting Heliod through, or Elish Norn, and then he can send Heliod at and some other stuff at the green player. So, barring a path from the Voltron player, it seems like the Heliod player has pulled out a win. Probably should have just chumped last turn when instead of going down to 5. You probably should have chumped with the Dauntless Escort. Hindsight being what it is. Oh, this time we get a GG's. I will also do a GG's because I forgot. He only attacked with the Elish Norn. These guys having vigilance, they probably should have attacked this guy. He gets to leave up a white, though, to sack this. That was perhaps a little loose on his part. But I don't really know of a card that will let the 9/9 Multani get through all of this and deal with the damage prevention. Well, maybe he hasn't figured out what's going on. There's a heuristic study. Which does pretty much nothing. So I'm still unsure what this guy's deck is supposed to be doing. Whatever it's supposed to be doing, it's not doing it. So he's going to swing with his 7/7. Probably should have tried to play those post-combat to keep this being a 9/9. For now, Elish Norn can by itself just safely block this and deal with it. It's possible he has giant growth, but this is pro-green anyway. Yep. And now he should just right-click, swing with all. The orchard could be a fog effect, could be representing that. You could just swing with two things. Yeah. Yep. And alright, well, that's actually how my deck normally performs. Do some stuff, play a Nekusar, everyone attacks you. Thinking of maybe putting in some propaganda effects to try to prevent just utter and complete destruction the turn after I cast Nekusar. But you know, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you get it and you get to do something and time spiral and untap and do something else and just make everyone draw 21 cards or something and take 40 something damage. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching.